My name is Miguel Gutierrez. I am a first-year Master's in Science student in Maritime Archaeology and Conservation at Texas A&M University in College Station. I wrote my application on my future career goals as a maritime archaeologist or in the field of maritime archaeology. One of my biggest goals, career-wise, is to work for the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, aka NOAA. They have within NOAA, there's a sub-branch called the Office of Exploration and Research, and that's one of the offices, that's one of the branches under NOAA, which I am very, very interested in working for. I've made contact with Dr. Frank Cantelas, who's a big, he works for that office, and he's been a big help in terms of advice and guidance to me. And hopefully I end up working for NOAA someday. I don't have a specific project in mind, but what I would like to do is use these funds to help me through grad school in terms of just paying for my education, and I'm really thankful, and I know these will help because this program, the Nautical Archaeology program at Texas A&M is incredible, and anything that can help me continue to be a part of it will be indispensable. My favorite SUT event has been a talk by Kimberly Falk and Amanda Evans, who work for offshore oil and drilling companies who hire nautical archaeologists. They gave me a lot of information as to what potential career opportunities after graduating, and I learned a lot. I learned so much, and I think one of the biggest things I got from that presentation is to know how to make contacts and to know how to go about learning and dealing with big learning curves, of which I am doing right now in grad school. It's been a huge learning curve, but Amanda and Kim did a very good job in explaining that the learning process never really stops, and you're continuously growing, continuously learning, and that's how it should be. So in that sense, it was a really, really important and helpful presentation. It was also fun. They're very, very good people. Thank you to the Society of Underwater Technology at Houston for this opportunity and all the help that's been given to me. I will make the best of these funds, and I will do my best to become to contribute to the field of maritime archaeology as best I can, and hopefully I continue to learn and grow as I go on with your help. Thank you.
My name is Natalie Zielinski. I am a grad student at Texas A&M, in the oceanography department. I am getting my master's right now, and I am planning on staying with my advisor, Dr. Orsi, here at A&M for my PhD. I wrote my scholarship application on my background in science and why I chose this route. A lot of my family is business background, and they were a little scared of me going into an area that they didn't fully understand and weren't sure what my future would be, but they supported me 100%, and I pushed all the way through, and now I'm in grad school studying one of the most amazing things on the planet, which is the ocean, and specifically Antarctica. So I wrote my application on how our instrumentation that we use in science is similar to the instrumentation and maybe the same as what is used in the underwater technology industry. And that is how I got into SUT in the first place, was wanting to understand more of the instrumentation used to do our measurements as well as what is used in the industry. Yes, I hope to be going to Antarctica again, so I'm studying right now how the ocean is changing and responding to the changing environment. So I'm hoping to use the scholarship money to support me through that, again, adventure down to the South Pole, as well as conferences where I get to talk about what I'm finding with my research and educating everybody about how we are using underwater technology to do this groundbreaking science. This year I was elected the Vice President of SUT-TAMU, and I get to work with Mara Deckinga from the Department of Anthropology. So me being from the Department of Oceanography and her from Anthropology has worked out really well because we get to have the more broad interdisciplinary nature of SUT-TAMU this year. And I also get to learn about things that I don't study, as in petroleum engineering or underwater structures, which is also really exciting. So being part of SUT-TAMU, as well as being a member of SUT-Houston, a student member, has really opened my eyes to what industry and underwater technology can do for my career, as well as what it is doing to help everybody else in the environment and around the world. So underwater technology is definitely a route that I will be staying in because it's changing every single year, and it's one of the most fascinating and fastest growing industries I think there is. So being part of SUT-TAMU really puts me right in the heart of this wonderful industry.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Martin. I am a master's student at Texas A&M's Department of Oceanography. I was one of the 3 essay competition winners in the scientific category. I wrote my essay on my preliminary findings from my work on Sargassum macrofauna in the Gulf of Mexico, Sargasso Sea, and Caribbean. I was collecting samples and analyzing for differences in fauna that live in Sargassum, which is a floating seaweed. This floating seaweed is really important, especially in oligotrophic or nutrient-poor waters in the Sargasso Sea. It provides a really important habitat for prey species, as well as juvenile species like turtles. And it's extremely important for fisheries management. A lot of these smaller species rely on these Sargassum mats for prey as well as habitat when they're younger. So I'm looking at density or diversity differences between the 3 regions. My favorite SUT event was definitely one last year where SUT brought in another local school who had a small miniature submersible. And it was a really great bonding experience and learning how to actually control these things and seeing how difficult it actually was. It gave me great respect for the people who actually do this. I'm going to use my scholarship money to help support myself as a student, as well as continue my collaborative efforts. So I am potentially going to 2 conferences next year, and now with SUT I will be able to afford to go to both of them. I'm also using the SUT money to ship some of my samples to other research scientists who I'm interested in collaborating with. I have a wealth of samples that I personally am not using at the moment, and I would love to send them to other people to see what work we can get out. Collaborative effort. My perception of underwater technology has greatly expanded through SUT. In my experience, when you become involved in something, you just learn that there is so much more than what you originally thought. It's not just submersibles and that sort of thing. There's so many different opportunities from a different range of backgrounds. I sat at a table, a biologist with an engineer and a physicist, who seems like we don't have very much in common, but through SUT we do. It's a really great collaborative effort.